This is a Cody Casita coming to you tonight. Bear with me. I had some things that I wanted to talk about and get off my mind. I'm not feeling too well. I think I'm coming down with a cold, so just bear with me as I go through this subject that's on my heart tonight. I'll start off by saying that there's this guy that many of you may or may not know. I just recently came across him, like I'll say maybe 2 or 3 months ago. His name is Tommy Sotomayor. So you can go check him out. I believe he has a YouTube channel. He's on Twitter. He has a Facebook page. He has his own website. Tommy Sotomayor. TOMMYSOTOMAYOR. You can Google him. I'm sure some things will pop up. And he's a radio blogger. So, you know, Tommy, I'm throwing you some fans. I'm throwing him some people. Go and check him out. But I will just go on the record and say that I do not like this guy. Okay? I've tried to like him. I've tried to see things from his perspective. And I do understand him on the tip that I love my black people. And I know that my black people don't always do the things that they're supposed to do. They do stupid things. Sometimes they can make you really pissed at them. Yes, they can. I've cried behind black men that I don't even know because they've done stupid stuff. And I love them so much. I just wish they would get their mind right and stop acting the way that they act. But I've assumed that that's how Tommy feels. But maybe not, because Tommy has a habit of calling black women stupid bitches. He has a habit of talking about single black mothers in a negative way, which I understand that there is truth to a lot of things that he says. I will agree with him on that, but I just think that it's a certain way for you to deliver it, especially if you care about your black people. You want to uplift them and help them change, not degrade them and bring them down. I honestly believe if you go and listen to his stuff yourself, I mean, he said that he's proud to be black. He has a daughter that he's raising. That's why he feels so passionate about the things that black women do. I mean, I don't even know if his wife or if his daughter's mom is black or white, whatever. I don't know. But if you ask me, the dude's like 2 steps away from joining the KKK. As far as the things that comes up out of his mouth. You know, he, like I said, he refers to black women as black, stupid, ignorant bees, and he refers to young black men, teenagers, kids, 13 and 14 years old. He refers to them as black bastards, black motherfuckers, nothing but ignorant niggas raised by ignorant single mothers. He says these things, and I just can't agree with that. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. It's not about him. He is the beginning of this video because he posted a video earlier tonight on Facebook that I happened to come across, and it was a story that he was elaborating on, and of course he was speaking so negatively about the young men in this video, which I don't think that they should catch any slack. They did something wrong and it was totally messed up and uncalled for, and they should get what's coming to them for sure. It was a story about, I think it was 3 or 4, maybe 2 or 3 young black teenage boys between the ages of, I think, 13 to 16, and they were walking down the street, I guess in some neighborhood, and they came across this white dude, and they were asking him if they could get some cigarettes from him. And I guess the white guy was trying to tell them to leave him alone. He didn't smoke or whatever the problem was. And the white guy's girlfriend came out of their house, and she basically, you know, tried to take up for her boyfriend. She was like, look, stop harassing my man. You need to get a job, okay? And one of the guys, or 2 of the guys, I don't know, somebody pulled out a gun and they shot her, okay? Alright, so Tommy Sotomayor was calling these little boys, you know, black, ignorant niggas, and You know, he was talking about how I can, you know, I could understand if this white man decided to just throw his hands up right now and say on live television, on live air news, that he hate all black people and call us coons and niggas ain't shit and all that. This is a black man saying that if this white man decided to say that, he would be in support of that and he would completely understand it. Obviously, Tommy Sotomayor is a guy that doesn't understand America or white supremacy. So, you know. But the point of this video is this. Before Tommy ran his little 2 cents, his little portion about what he thought about the situation, he always runs the exact story beforehand. He runs, you know, the internet article or the news clip from the television, and that's what he did. And I just, you know, this has actually been on my mind for the past couple of weeks as I've been taking notice of these white men shooting our black teenagers who are unarmed and not a threat and haven't been brought to justice for it. And also, you know, vice versa, there have been crimes against white people by blacks. And I've just been, you know, I don't watch the news regularly. I catch it every once in a while. If somebody sends me something on the internet, I might check it out. But I just can't help to notice, and I've been thinking about this lately, like I've said, I just can't help but to notice, and I want you to comment. If you agree with me, if you disagree, let me know. Video responses are always welcome to any of my videos. But I want you to just tell me if you agree, tell me that you see it, or if you disagree, you think it's all in my head, that's fine, but I know what I know. And this is what I see. Whenever there's a news story about a black person harming a white person, the story runs for a very long time. And I don't mean they put it on the TV day after day after day. I mean when they present the story to the public, they run it for about 7 or 8 minutes. They, you know, there's a reporter out on the street at the scene of the crime with the microphone, talking to friends and family, and you know, they're using terms like horrible and heinous and just, you know, hatred and just words like that. And they like to go into the person, the victim, the white Caucasian victim's background, how he grew up, all-star American football team, headed for college, mother of 3, father of 4, working at the bank and all this, and they post these nice pictures, and it's just a terrible situation, and they just feel like they make it seem like it's just unbelievable when they can't believe it. And it is a devastating thing. I'm not trying to downplay it at all. It's terrible when someone's family is impacted by one of their loved ones taken away by the hands of someone else. But in the same turn, when there's a news story about a Caucasian person inflicting harm on a black person, seriously, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not trying to upplay or downplay anything. The story runs maybe 2 or 3 minutes. They don't go deep into detail. They might say something like, oh, Devontae Williams was a father of 2 and he was on his way to college. He was shot by a white male and the male escaped on foot, but he is in custody and people are trying to find out what's going on. And they might, you know, say another 2 cents about it, and then that'll be the end of it. You know, that'll be the end of it. But vice versa, when a black person inflicts harm on a white person, not only do they work hard to get the story out in full detail, but after the story has been put out to the public, the news anchors who are presenting the story, you know, they have the little split screen, the 2 windows, and they talk to each other. They ask questions. Oh, how could this happen? What was going on? And what about his family? And they just, it's different. It's presented differently. When white news anchors are talking about black on white crime, it's so emotional, it's so terrible, it's so heinous, and it's so extended and detailed. But when it's vice versa, it's nonchalant, no big deal. And why is that?